Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Guru TFJ. On my channel, you'll find pure cinema, comedy, film and album reviews and more. Today's video is going to be on the state of cinema for 2025, a state of cinema address for 2025. D'accord, let's begin. So it's going to be a bit informal, we're going to jump around a bit, topic-wise of course, and here we go. So, despite what Quentin Tarantino said recently, 2019 wasn't the last year of movies. I'm sure you noticed. I'm sure people who've been to the cinema and just, yeah, it's a no-brainer. I disagree with his sentiment there. So we look at cinema, we look at the history of cinema. So broad brush strokes. You go from the silent era, silent shorts, and the silent era, black and white, colour, 3D, 4D, to VR now, which is like a strand of filmmaking and entertainment. Did any of you see the Robert De Niro interview on Jimmy Fallon when De Niro was given VR glasses and he was said, "Oh, pick anywhere," and it's like you're walking around, it's like you're there. I'm sure you're familiar with VR. And he chose a prison cell, which I just thought that was hilarious. Yeah, you know, De Niro can do great comedies as well. But yes, VR certainly is inspired by filmmaking, and the way that's come to fruition, I think, is certainly inspired by that medium. From one medium to another medium. Medium-sized. Films also had a big influence on video games. Like I said, this would be informal and broad brushstrokes. So when you think of video games, cutscenes and narrative, you know, lift a lot from film there. As I said, they are cinematic pieces, aren't they? Have a look at a quote from Guy Ritchie, or a sentiment from him when he was talking about films, what they're about, what films are about, narrative, ideas, and concepts. So an expansion of these ideas have bled into other lanes, e.g. gaming and VR. So this is all to illustrate the point that film is vibrant, alive and well. I will do my summation, excuse me, at the end of the video. Today, in terms of access to film, how you're watching movies, when you're watching them, tends to be streaming. It's convenient that way. I mean, my rationale with my DVD and Blu-ray collection is that if it's not on a streamer, I'll get the DVD or Blu-ray. Unless it's like a Bond film, like I got The World Is Not Enough not long ago on Blu-ray. It's my favourite Bond movie. Some of them I want to keep the excuse me, as Blu-rays or DVDs. Okay then, so I also want to talk about Hollywood's secret weapon, in my opinion, as of 2025. There's a guy called Giovanni Ribisi. So his key films are Rum Diary, Gone in 60 Seconds, and Ted. Best performances, Ted, where he's hilarious in that. Contraband, good villain. Rum Diary, very funny. His acting style, chameleon, humorous, and he does comedy or drama equally well, in my opinion. In terms of the Oscars, it's not far away until the Oscars now. So I'm not doing predictions for the Oscars, but just more talking about the awards themselves, potential winners in the future. I think Tom Cruise is overdue a Lifetime Achievement Oscar. Epic filmography, he's an action hero. You look at Tropic Thunder, Collateral, The Mummy, not all action, but like a good mix. MI2, certainly action with a capital A. So I'd like to see that personally, and such a great stuntman as well. I think a lot of the stunt performers who have been a fan of Cruise over the years would like to see that, because he's contributed a lot in that way. Denzel Washington, is there time for him to tie or pass as the winningest when it comes to Oscars with Katharine Hepburn? So he currently has 2. He'd need 2 more to tie Katharine at 4. We'll see. He's one of the greats regardless, but that's going to be an interesting... It's going to be interesting to follow that in the years, you know, up and coming. Cate Blanchett, I think, is the odds-on favourite to tie or surpass Katharine Hepburn at 4 Oscars, making her the winningest actor or actress ever. She currently has 2. She's a real powerhouse, Cate Blanchett, a terrific actress, and she's always good. Meryl Streep, that's going to be, you know, she carries on with her career. She's always a favourite, a Hollywood darling. So she could also break records. She's one off the Katharine Hepburn 4 sweet spot. To talk about genres, a little bit, like I say, I'll probably do separate videos where I go much more in detail with these. But like I say, as a bit of an address, genres, superhero movies are kind of winding down, which is good. I think horror is the future. You see films like Nosferatu, Speak No Evil, A Quiet Place, that franchise, that is very much the now. Horror movies are the now. You know, so that's a breath of fresh air, because some might say Oasis reference, that superhero movies overstayed their welcome at the #1 spot of like what's everyone going to see. So it's nice to see a change of pace, and horror movies, you know, for me personally, we watched more horror movies with family members and horror movies on my own, you know, in recent years. It is a fantastic genre, and quite different to superhero movies, certainly different, so that's good to see. The awards year for 2025, Oscars, BAFTAs, yada yada. The BAFTAs was just recently. Pretty meh, I would say. Predictable with the winners, sort of across the board. And the crop of films doesn't really provoke much interest for me, to be quite honest. So, you know, I mean, we'll see how that goes. Maybe Adrian Brody is probably going to win at the Oscars in about a month's time. Maybe he'll give a great speech. Who knows? But anyway, it is what it is, as De Niro said in The Irishman. And then to sort of conclude with this one, like I said, for now, for this video, the game won't stop. Take stock in the wonderful history of movies. I look forward to the future of the medium also, seeing where it goes. So that'll do it for this video. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me via links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed that audio and visual stimulation. With that, I say tie, meaning take it easy.